Our first big stack at the WSOP in a really nice tournament. And we ship a 75 big blind pot. Come on, man! This is the biggest stack I've ever had. It's a new day at the World Series. All right, we're back to it, baby. I just spent, what, 5 hours on my laptop or something? But now it's time to turn the brain to poker because we have the $1,500 Monster Stack Millionaire Maker. I think it's the Monster Stack. Anyway, $1,500, tons of money up top. Let's meditate, let's get the brain on poker, and let's go play. And we are registered. Let's go. All right, you guys missed a couple days because me and my team, we've been working on a system to try and get these vlogs to you guys fast. So be patient with us. We're, these things are hard to make. We're trying to figure it out. But let me update you on what you guys missed. You didn't miss a lot, honestly. 3K 6 max, 2 bullets, bang, bang. Never got anything going. Lost my all-ins. Really upset about that. The next day, I played the 2K. First bullet, gone. Second bullet, I spun it up. We had a good stack going, and then I got it in for this huge pot. Yeah, it's a little too early in the summer for bad beat stories, but here, I'll put the Instagram clip up. My tilted hand history of the summer. I have ace, queen of spades. Flop, jack, 7, 5. 4 ways to the flop. There's a bet, I raise, all the money goes in, and the guy has 6, 6. He just YOLOs his stack in the middle. Turn, offsuit 5, river, offsuit 9. It's just like, I'm out. One of those hand histories that just like hit you dazed and confused. So as you can see by our updated WSOP bankroll, not really the start we've wanted, but our reads have been really good. We're just losing these massive all-ins. I promise, I'll tell you guys if I'm playing bad, but like that's not the case. I feel dialed in. So 1,500 today. I'm predicting we're gonna bag a big stack. I think we're gonna bag like $250,000 tonight or something. I'm jumping in late, but it's a monster stack. I still should have at least 50 big blinds. I ran pretty bad. I promise you guys I busted those tournaments with some really bad luck, so today's our day. Sit down, table looks pretty good. I open ace king. Finally I get some ace kings. I haven't had many churches this series yet. I open, guy to my left, looks like maybe a good player. He 3-bets. What do we do with ace king? I mean, we have like 80 big blinds. I think this is the hand you just want to shove. You just want to 4-bet pile this one. So I go all in and he quickly folds. Good start. We chip up amazing, take down a pot. Very next hand in the big blind, a couple hands later, I look at ace king. Come on now. There's a raise to 1,800, a flat in the cutoff, and I'm in the big blind. I need a squeeze. We're pretty deep here, so I want to go to a big size. So I go to 8,000. Original razor folds, cutoff calls. Flop, queen, 4, 6. The 4 and 6 are heart. So I miss, but still it's like a pretty dry board. I have the ace of hearts as well. So I bet small, I bet 5K into 19. And he quickly folds. So already we're chipping up really, really nicely. I just got in trouble from this lady. I can't stand here, but I have to stand here. Okay, I'll just stand right here. All right, so we're going a little bit, and then this is the key hand. Folds to me in the small blind, 400, 800. I have king 10 of hearts. Really nice hand, could limp, could raise. I decided to raise, I make it 3K. Got him on my left, he has a lot of chips. Again, that good player that 3-bet me earlier. He 3-bets, but it's a really weird size. He 3-bets to 7K. It's like almost a min size, which is really weird considering how deep we are. So I call, we go to a flop. Flop, ace, 6, 5, 2 hearts. Amazing, we flopped the nut flush draw. We are out of position though, ace high board. Of course we check. I check, he bets 4K. Okay, I think call was pretty obvious here. Turn, deuce of clubs. But now there's 2 flush draws, right? I check again, he checks back, which is really interesting. So we have to ask ourselves, what does he have here? When he checks this turn, he probably has something. He's gonna bluff a lot on this board as the aggressive, but like he might have some weak showdown value, kings, queens, weak aces. River, queen of diamonds. I miss my flush draw. And I think about it, and I think about it, and I think about it, and I actually hate my play here. I go for a small bluff. I bluff 25% of the pot. I bet 6,500 on the river. In hindsight, it just doesn't make sense, right? Like I have 2 hearts, I have king high, I have a tiny bit of showdown value, and based on what he told me on the turn, he probably has something. I hate my bet. I think I should go big or just like give up or like, just try to show down king 10. I hate my play. It's a really bad play. He calls pretty quickly and he has ace 10 offsuit. So we lose one there. So we built, but we're back at starting stack. Table looks good and let's go.
How's it going, man?
Do you want to be on the vlog?
Sure. Oscar Gutierrez.
Hey, Oscar, you made the vlog, bro.
Yeah,
Is
man.
life good? How's your World Series?
Doing great, can't complain, man.
Nice. What you got this?
About 84.
Okay, sick. Good
Surviving.
luck. Good luck. Oscar. Cheers,
Thank
man.
you,
Thanks for
Kevin.
watching everything.
All
I
the
appreciate
time,
it.
man.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
sweet.
I love that comment you made earlier. Were you with Bogelson at his table or what?
Oh, that was funny. The tweet. That tweet. We'll put that tweet in the vlog too. Yeah, it was funny. Guys, cheers, man. I got 71,000. Not bad from 50K starting stack, but I was up to 120. I went from 50K to 120 to 71. I got some very interesting hands to break down. We'll run through them. Oh, this is what you get at WSOP dinner break. I'm waiting for my Uber Eats dinner break. Let's run through these hands. Two insane hands, okay. Folds to me in late position. I have Jack, the blackjack's amazing. I raised to 2,700. Small blind 600, big blind 1,200. Small blind calls, big blind folds, right? So we have a single raise pot versus small blind, amazing. Flop, 9, 8, 5, rainbow. And small blind leads into me, very interesting. Unorthodox, I think I just call, right? I mean, you could raise this hand. You could definitely make an argument for raising this hand. I just call. Turn, offsuit 3, complete brick. He bets half pot again. Could make an argument for raising flop. At this point, I don't think we raise. I think we just call. River, offsuit deuce. The board just runs out amazing for our jacks. So it's about 30K in the pot, and he quickly checks, which is amazing. What does he have? If he has a set, he bets. If he has two pair, he bets. We just have clear-cut information. We have the best hand. Now, what size do we go for? That's the question. At this point, I think he's bet twice. I think he has a decent 9. He likes his hand. He's put money in the pot. He's emotionally invested, and he's a recreational. And he looks at me, I have the patch. So in these spots, we have to go big for value. Have to. I bet 25,000, just under the full pot. He tanks and tanks and tanks, and he throws in the call. I flip over my jacks. We know we have the best hand, and he mucks. Amazing hand. We get like, what, an 80 big blind pot with one pair? So absolute max value there. We love it. But now let's go to a hand where maybe I don't love it. This is so fascinating, this hand. Under the gun raises. Good player. He's kind of beating me up in some annoying spots. Late position calls, recreational, and I'm in the big blind. I have ace, jack, heart, heart. What do you do? I think versus the early position raise, we want to just call. Let's see 3 cards, right? Flop, queen, 10, 9, rainbow. No backdoor flush draw for me. Amazing, we flop open ender. If I hit the king, we can have this super nutted straight, stack a straight probably. I love it. I check, it checks through. Turn, offsuit 5, brick, nothing. I think I just check range. I check. Now the guy bets 4K into 10. He bets 4K into 10. Folds back to me. The late position player folds. What do I do? Really interesting. Do I check raise? I think I have a hand that just wants to call, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I thought about raising. I think you can make an argument for both. I just call. River, this is where it gets interesting. River's ace of diamonds. So I make top pair. 18K in the pot. I check. He bets. Guess what he does? He bets 3,000. He bets 3K into 18,000. I'm sitting there, it's like, oh my God. Like, I could just call, but I definitely have the best hand, right? He bet 3K. He probably has like kings, king, queen, weak suited ace. I don't know, like, how could I not have the best hand, right? So I don't know. This is where the hand's very interesting. I decide to raise for value. I make it 15,000. He's in the tank. I'm like, please call. This is a sexy min raise. And he fucking makes it 40,000. He 3-bets the river. He makes it 40K. Like, oh, I'm just in the absolute blender. It just made no sense. Just made no sense. I was just so confused. There's so many level wars going on here. Like, I don't know. Does he have like top set? Did he check king jack? Does he have aces? One combo left? Bro, I don't know. I tanked for 2 minutes and it literally scrambled my brain. It made no sense. I was like, do you know what? If this guy 3-bet bluffs me here, I was like, he's a legend. I end up just folding. Could have just called the 3K. So I lose a huge pot there. I have no clue if I fucked it up. I'm going to send that to my coach right now, and I'll let you guys know what he thinks about it. What do you guys think about it? Put it in the comments below.
On the turn, I would just pure smash it.
Summed up, I should have went ham on the turn. I should have bluffed. But as played, Seth liked my raise, and then he liked my fold on the river. But yeah, I could have won this pot on the turn, possibly. Yo, the girl was like stuck in traffic like 6 minutes away, and my order just got canceled. Whatever. Picked up some stuff. All right, we just got a 30-minute massage with Noreen. Can we run it back for another 30?
Sure.
Yes. Guys, if you're at the World Series, she's killing it. She's giving me this head massage. Oh my God. Whatever that is. How can I not win at poker when my temples are getting rubbed like this, you know? All right, back to 120. Honestly, a lot of small pots, a lot of ace kings. A lot of ace kings. I made a nice 3-bet bluff with Jack 8 suited, just like picking up some single raise pots. Honestly, I don't even think we have a hand history, but we've just chipped back up to 120. People are getting a little bit tired. Let's see if we can find the big boy bag. Guys, I just ran into a very favorable individual. What's up?
Oh, hello there.
We just swapped 5% for if we make the final table, so.
Who made the wiser swap here? Cash Game Andrew Neely or Tournament Legend?
That's fair. It's close. Guys, if you guys don't know Andrew, we're going to post his YouTube video, of course. I'm sure you know him. Yeah, of course. The OG.
Oh my goodness.
What's it going back?
190. All right, big bag. We bagged 192.5. Bro, the last hand, I played this crazy pot. This hand history is just the most insane thing. All right, we really got to break this hand down. Holy shit. Small blind limps. I'm in the big blind. Seems like we might play a small pot, right? Well, okay. I have 10 deuce off. I think you should mostly check, but in the big blind, you get to raise this these kind of hands sometimes. I don't think, Doyle just passed away. Let's go for it. I raise it up. 3x. I go to 7,500. He calls. So limp raise call. Amazing. Flop 10, 5, 3. Rainbow. Amazing. We flop top pair. He checks. I think I should bet. I don't know, but it's close. Anyway, I check back. Turn 7 of diamonds. He bets 3K. Really interesting. He bets 3K into the pot. What? The pot's like 17 or something. He bets 3K. It's really weird. Again, I really consider raising, and I think I probably should. I just call. This hand is really weird. I just call. River, Jack of Hearts. Now he checks. We have a clear-cut value bet. An absolute clear-cut value bet. And I think somewhere around half pot is good. I go 13 into the 23. He thinks about it, and he shoves all in, and he covers me by mountains. He just puts me in. Fuck, man, I'm value betting and he shoves on me. My heart rate goes up a little bit. It's intense. It's like we got 2 hands, 3 hands left in the day. I could fold, beg my chips, but it's like, I don't know, my pure instincts right away, just like the animal human, I just felt like I was good. But then I took a deep breath, calmed it down, just rethought through the hand. Something about the small turn bet. I think if he is 8-9, I think if he is 4-6, he's going to bluff to a bigger size on the turn. And if he has 4-6, he's just going to bet bigger on the turn. And then on the river, this is where it's interesting. On the river, my range is mostly showdown hands. I have a lot of ace high. I have a lot of hands like, I can have ace 7. I can have like, pocket 6s. All these hands that want to show down. So if he had a straight or 2 pair, like, I think a lot of people are going to go for a bet here instead of the check raise. And when he check raises, we're just going to go really deep into that because this hand's so fascinating. He doesn't have like Jack 9. That's not a thing. Because I have a lot of ace Jack, you know what I mean? Like I value bet the river, he shoves, so he's repping like 2 pair, maybe ace Jack, which doesn't make sense. He's just telling me he has 2 pair or a straight. That's his story. And I just didn't buy it. So I take a second, calm down, rethink through the hand. And let's talk about this as well. There's a meta in poker, and I've been sitting there card dead for a little bit. I have my headphones on. I'm a little bit tired. In his mind, he thinks I want to make day 2, and there's 2 hands left. He thinks I just want to knit it up. I just want to make day 2. He thinks the day 2 means a lot to me, when really it doesn't. And so that's another reason why I think he can easily bluff here. Anyway, all that considered, I put my money in. He shows 9-3 suited. And we ship a 75 big blind pot with the Doyle Brunson. Unbelievable hand, the hand of the World Series. I'm so glad I was right in that spot. And amazing. So we ended up bagging 192.5. Oh my God, that was one of the craziest hand histories ever. So insane. Off day here, we're just at the bank. Thank goodness, you guys, my check cleared. That check I showed you, it got rejected, it got void, it's been in limbo. I had to borrow money, which I hate doing, but let's talk about that for a minute. In the poker community, never ever lend any people money. Like, just don't do it. Your money's gonna leave you. Like, you have to be super careful. But if you have a tight inner circle of trust, and you can exchange funds, it's very valuable. So I have a short list of like 5 to 10 guys that would like float me tons of money. So I was having issues with the bank here. I hit up my buddy, I was like, hey man, like I'm at the World Series. He just, he floated me 10K. He gave me 10K, I sent him GG. So these massive exchange of money, they always happen. But finally the check cleared and I got the money and I'm gonna grab it and we're gonna go deposit it. Hello, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
That's for you.
Oh my God, thanks.
I need to deposit 50,000.
Okay.
Day off, but the grind doesn't stop. Editors, banking, money. Bro, running platforms is insane. It's so cool, but it's so hard. I have respect for any person who's playing poker full time and making content about their journey because you're literally doing two full-time jobs. It's hitting me today. I'm exhausted. I'm really tired. All right, quick little pump, get the blood flowing, come on. Day 2 starts in 35 minutes. I'm part of the slightly late crew here, might miss a hand. Look, everyone's hustling, Hustle, go make it. All right, 2 things today. There's 2 parts. One is get good cards. The second one is make excellent plays. I'm gonna fulfill half of those duties. And the poker gods are gonna hopefully slide in for the other half. And we can have a day. What's up, brother? Hey, bro. And then we can have a day. This tournament's insane. I just need to have 4 good poker days in a row. I can easily bang this off. Come on now, day 2s are exciting.
And those day streets too, they like do that for you and really close.
All right, we made it. I have 192.5. We're playing 3K big blind, 60 bigs. It's a lot of chips. So now all the flights are combined, 8,300 in total, 2,700 are left. This is one of the best structures of the year for sure. First place is gonna be over $1 million. Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? You too, how much you got?
100K.
Shout out to the vlog. What's your name?
Kendrick.
Kendrick.
PEI.
Kendrick from PEI, local Canadian, fellow Canadian. What's up, man? You look great. You got 100K, it's a lot of chips. Good luck out there, man. Cheers.
See ya.
Wow, that was a crazy first 2 levels. We got a lot of hands. Let's run through them. That's what you guys want, right? Early position goes all in for 17 big blinds. And I'm in the small blind. Folds to me. I look at ace, queen of hearts. Very nice hand. I go all in. He's king, jack of spades. Flop ace high. Amazing. So that got us to 250 right away, so that was a really nice increase. Then I have 8-10 of diamonds under the gun. I raise. I'm deep enough to raise this hand. If there were a lot of short stacks, I wouldn't, but definitely going to raise here. Folds to the big blind, he defends. Flop, jack, 7, deuce. Okay, we flop a gut shot. I have a strong range from early position. He checks. I bet 4K into 16K. He calls. Turn, offsuit ace. Amazing, like the best card for me in position. He checks. Must absolutely mandatory bluff this spot and potentially get ready to triple off. So I size up. I bet what? I bet 15,000 into 24,000. I would normally go bigger, but this guy, he didn't have a ton of chips. So I bet 15K. He goes in the tank, he's grumbling. He shows a jack and mucks. Amazing. So we're like stone dead versus this hand, but we got him to fold. He's probably gonna have to triple it off. So we got more chips there. And then this was crazy, you guys. Middle position opens. Now I have well over 200,000. This guy has 200K and he opens to 10K. We're now playing 2K small blind, 4K big blind. Big open, 2.5x. I'm in the big blind with 6-9 of hearts. Folds to me, I defend. Flop, ace, queen, 7, all hearts. Boom, we flop a flush, 9 high flush. Amazing. Such a good spot. I check. He quickly bets about half the pot. And this is very interesting. This guy played a different hand where he slow played a king high flush. I was paying attention and he deliberately slow played a king high flush, which is good for me in this situation because if he has a king high flush here, he might slow play. So I can take some of those combos out of his range. And I need to build this pot. I check raise to 35. He thinks about it and he very quickly stacks up all his chips and he ships 200K in the middle. He puts it all in. Oh my God, this is amazing. I don't snap call because I know I'm going to call though, right? But like, why would he ever do this with a flush? If he has a flush, he's just going to call. This is a lot of sets. This is a lot of two pairs. This could be like ace king with the king of hearts. Anyway, I take about 10 seconds. I say, all right, let's play. I put my money in. Huge fucking pot, man. Huge pot. He's ace queen of spades. So he is top two, which he has a chance to make a boat. It's not a lock, but we're in an amazing spot. Cards rip off, 2 small cards. Boom. That's how we got our stack. What a pot.
You got that fuck you, I'm gonna give out the style of the money face.
What's that? What a pot. There's some more, I've been playing a lot of hands, but that was the one. So right now on break, we have 430,000 or something. Come on now. Bubble's starting to creep up. Our first big stack at the WSOP in a really nice tournament. One other hand that was really key. Guy to my right opens off of like 20 bigs. In the hijack, I'm in the cutoff. I have king 10 offsuit. Now this is a hand we need to 3-bet bluff sometimes when we're shallow. This guy 20 bigs, so I 3-bet bluff. So he goes to 8K at 4K big blind. I go to 20K in position. No reason to go bigger against a shallow stack. And he calls. I have king 10 offsuit. Flop 10, 9, 7. Amazing. I have top pair, and it's a board that I'm usually going to miss as a 3-better, right? So he leads small. I put them all in. I think that's very clear. I don't want to mess around. I have a high equity hand that's vulnerable, so that's one we want to just put in. So I put the money in, and he calls. He has 7-8 suited, so he has like straight draw, 2 pair, trips, and it runs out brick, and we got that there. And then there was a couple. I lost ace queen versus ace 9 and all in and stuff. So we've lost some pots, but I mean, amazing. We go from 192 to 430 in our first 2 levels. This structure's insane. I'm amped up, man. Finally, I got a big stack. It's time. Thank you. Joe, you want to shout on the vlog?
I don't mind.
My man Joe. Look how he stacks his chips, you guys. He's got a lot of chips, but he stacks them into 5s, bro. Every break, we come outside and get a little bit of air. All right, come on now. We went from 420,000 to $500,000, and we're 100 away from the money now. Oh, I smell some marijuana, which I enjoy, but not when I play poker. All right, so we're going into 8K big blind. My table's set up really nicely. There's a lot of like short stack recreationals now that really want to make the money. So this next level is going to be a really good chance to open up a little bit. Honestly, only one hand to go over from last 2 levels. It was more chill. Let's go over it. Button open. I'm in the big blind with 10-7 offsuit, black cards. I think this is Daniel Negreanu's favorite hand. I defend the min raise, of course. Flop is king 10-5, 2 hearts. Middle pair, weak kicker. I check. He continues for half pot. It's kind of a large c-bet. I call. Turn is 7 of diamonds. Just gin. I make 2 pair, like a pretty hidden 2 pair. I check, and he launches a big bet. He bets 40K, and he has about 40K left. When somebody does this, they're just like always committed. There's no reason for me to do anything, but I go all in, and he snaps. He has 7-8 of hearts, so amazing hand. He is pair and flush draw, but I obviously have him in a really, really good shape. Just have to fade a heart. River 8. He makes 2 pair, but it's no good, and I ship that pot. That's the only really big hand I played. I got pocket kings, and I 3-bet, got no action. I messed up the size. Not a disastrous size, but I missed the size by like half a big blind. But that's the situation. I'm having a lot of fun, and these next 2 levels are going to be very key. We're 75 players away from the money. Cool little 1.2 milli up top.
Is completed at your table. If you could go ahead and just stay seated.
We're on the
guy
bubble.
that's ringing the bell could please stop.
What's the min cash?
dealers,
2,400?
At the end of your hand, fan the card,
second
stand
now?
up. Players, if you need
Men.
to stretch your legs, take your body outside of the tournament area.
All right, guys, this is a little bubble tip. Hey, we got Drea. What's up? Guys, live bubbles are like particularly brutal.
Dealers,
So always
should
book
not
a
be pushing
massage.
right now.
Must get
Yeah.
In the monster stack, there is no
And
push.
if you're at the World Series, please book
No
Drea.
push at 4
She's
o'clock.
also poker
If
host.
you hear
You
the
hosted
push,
Poker
just
Wars
go
this year
back
and
and
everything.
see the
Yeah,
DC. There is
yeah,
no
you've been in
push
this for
at
a long
4.
time. I'm glad I
Very
grabbed
long
you.
time.
Amazing.
Plans have
But I'm only
changed.
25
We're about to start the hand for hand
Wow.
portion of the tournament. We are not pushing.
Wow, that's I mean, no comment. I'm not going to comment on your age, but
It's smart, John.
exactly. That's what I've learned. That's what my dad told me. Never get into that territory. Yeah, you guys ask what I spend my money on. I don't have watches. I don't do the cars. I spend a lot on massages, though. Definitely.
As you should.
Yeah.
1,246 players, and they have let the dogs out. It's at the tournament area that
Now we
causes the
spin
problems.
to
So
1.5 million.
please, ladies and gentlemen, stay at your seat.
1.5 million.
I know it's
Boom! Come on, dinner break now. Standard procedure. You get the tarp off. You let the body go free a little bit. You get a little bit of sunshine. Oh my God, amazing! Those two levels. We got to this killer massage, and we went from 500,000 to 820,000. So coming after dinner break, we're in the money, of course, guaranteed $2,400. The ladders, don't care about. We're just focusing on accumulating chips. This is a sick tournament. Dude, two massive hands we have to talk about that. Let's run through it. Folds to me on the button, and I look down at queen, queen. Amazing, huge hand on the button. I raised to 14,000 on the button. Big blind calls. The guy looked like a good player, but he'd actually been doing some really splashy things, so we'll just note that. Flop, jack, 3-3, 2 clubs, 1 heart. Amazing flop for my hand. He checks. I think betting small here is good. I bet 16,000. He check raises to 46,000. It's very interesting. Okay, what do we think his range is? The best jacks should check raise, king jack, ace jack. Ace jack could 3-bet pre though. He never has an overpair. He's telling me he's a jack, a flush draw, or a 3. So our entire range, we always proceed as a call here. I call. Turn, offsuit 8. 8 of hearts actually, bringing the double flush draw. He checks. Amazing. What do we think about his range now? Dude, if he has a 3 here, look at all the draws. He doesn't want to give away any equity. He's going to hammer a 3 to a big size. We're both super deep here. So definitely can rule a 3 out of his range. We essentially have the nuts. We have the hand on lock. So we have to get this pot as big as possible. Based on what he said, we know we have the best hand. So I bet 100. I bet 100 into 125. He calls. Huge pot going to the river. River offsuit 7. Amazing. All the draws miss, and he checks again. Absolute value spot. And of course, what should we do here? I really think he's a jack. When he check raises flop, check calls turn, he just probably always has a jack. And I'm thinking that, how do we target a jack? Because I'm on the button, all the draws miss, I think I have a lot of bluffs. That means like, this is a theory spot. If I have a lot of bluffs in theory, I need to go big with my bluffs and my value. I bet big. I bet 225,000 into the 325,000. I thought about going pot, but I don't think a jack calls for pot. So I go 225,000. He folds like really quickly, and then later he says he folded a jack. So it's like, fuck, like this is one of those poker theory things. Like in theory, you're supposed to go to a big size here, but like in reality, we know he has a jack probably. Should we just go like 140 and guaranteed to get called? It's one of those exploit things you can mix in, but amazing hand there. One more crazy pot is early position raises. His name is Joe. He made the vlog. He has a lot of chips. He's really been cooking. He's been playing really aggressive. I'm in the big blind with 4-5 offsuit. Very close. I think about folding, but it's really close. I slide in the call. We can defend the 4-5 offsuit. Flop, ace, 6, 7, rainbow. Really good flop. We flop open-ended. I check, and he bets third. He bets small. I really think we have a hand where we want to check raise. We can have sets. We can have 2 pairs. Just like a really good bluff candidate. So he bets 14 into 45. I check raise to 48,000. He calls. Pot brewing. 130K in the pot. Turn 10, bringing in the backdoor flush draw. We have to hammer it here. Let's talk about this. What makes for a good bluff situation in poker? A, we have a hand where we're at the bottom of our range. We're at the bottom of all our hands that check raise here. We can have sets, we can have 2 pairs. We have the ability to make the nuts on the river. We have a nut advantage. I have more 8-9 here. I'm going to have 8-9 offsuit. He's not going to open 8-9 offsuit. So that's going on. We can put pressure on tons of hands. And just like, we also have a low equity hand. And what I mean by that is if, let's say, I bet and he shoves, it's not like we're folding a combo draw. Like, let's say I had jack 9 of hearts here. That's not a good bluff hand because if I bet and get shoved on, we have to fold a ton of equity. This is a low equity, just a perfect candidate to bluff here. So I go for it. I bet 125 into the 140 and he quickly folds. So we're just fucking flowing right now. Come on, man. This is the biggest stack I've ever had in a World Series of Poker event. So I'm just like flowing. I love my decisions. Look at those hand histories. I'm so pumped about them. Gonna rest here for 15 minutes, call the wife, and keep you updated for the rest of the day.
It's so hard to play tournaments all the time.
That way, I think. Alrighty, last break of the day. Whew. 2 more hours. Wow. Okay, we started that section of poker with 820,000, and I finished with 780,000. So small decrease, but I'm overall really happy with that level because, well, I'll go through the hands, but I lost a big flip, and we didn't have many cards, and we were still able to maintain our stack. So I'm like, I'm actually not upset at all about that decrease. Okay, right away, dude. Guy rips, 13 big blinds. I have ace jack off. I click the call button. He is king jack suited. It's like an amazing hand to see. We dominate it.
Good game, man.
Hiya!
He holds, so that was a nice increase. And then this was such a crazy hit. Okay, Joe, you know, Joe's out there rumbling. He's had a big stack with me most of the day. He raises from UTG 7, so early-ish position he raises. Call, 2 weak callers behind who immediately cap their range. I'm in the big blind with 2 red 9s. Now, it's a little tricky because if I get 3-bet and then Joe 4-bets, we're in a tough spot. But still, with that dead money, I decided to make a play. So it's 6K small blind, 12K big blind. So he goes to 25K call. So I go to 125. I'm on like 900,000 right now. Joe thinks about it. His adrenaline's pumping, and he just says all in. He just rips his entire stack. He had 1.1 million. He just rips it all. Folds back to me, and I'm like, well, fuck. I don't think I'm gonna put it in with 2 9s, but something, I don't know. It was a little. Something was. It was a big shove. Anyway, I fold the 9s. He turns over ace 9 offsuit. The ball's on the man. Super ballsy play. He just ripped it all in. I thought he might 4-bet bluff like not all in, but just to put the stack in was like quite heroic. And hey, you won my 125,000 with the bluff. Nice hand. Later, similar situation. I open under the gun to 25K with jack, 2 jacks. This time I'm a little bit shorter. Now I'm on 35 big blinds. I'm on like $500,000. He 3-bets to 125. Huge 3-bet size. Like really big. It was really big. I just went all in and he folds. So I got him back a little bit there. I got my 125 back and then got moved to a new table. This is it, man. 2 more focus hours of poker. Just flow, wind down, sleep, and then day 3 tomorrow. Come on. Big spot, 1.2 milli up top. Playing really good, flowing. Oh, and then the biggest pot I played, guy opens from middle position. I'm in the cutoff. He has 17 big blinds. He has 230,000 at 16K big blind. So I have ace queen offsuit. Really good spot just to 3-bet and like go with the hand. I can 3-bet bluff here and fold, but when you 3-bet ace queen, we're gonna go with it versus the shorter stack. He goes to 35. I think I went to 85. Don't have to go large versus shorter stacks. He quickly shoves, which I don't love the fact that he just put the money in so fast, but I call. He has 2 9s. It's a big flip. It's like 570K. Like it's a really, really big flip. Nice hand. But yeah, we lose that one. That would have been over 1 million by far, but I got 40 big blinds for this next level. Vamos. Let me tell you the hand. This is the defining hand. Oh, I have 800K. Small blind is 10K, big blind is 25K. Last level of the day, 35 minutes left. I raise king jack off, UTG 7. Pretty standard open raise, of course. Both blinds call. Both blinds are these like Brazilian super pro guys, so I just think they're pros. They both have about 450K. They both have 17, 18 big blinds. Flop is jack 10, 7, 2 diamonds. I make top pair. Checks to me, pot is about 170. I think we need to bet here. I bet 60K. Small blind just rips his stack in after thinking for a long time. Fuck. Not fun. Not a fun spot. He rips 450 or whatever, 440. Just never has an overpair. Ever. He just sends all his overpairs pre. Maybe slow played aces. Does he just really check rip a set? It's a lot of ace jack. It's a lot of ace jack, which is terrifying. There's a lot of flush draws. The king queen suited's in there. Does he have queen jack suited? I don't know, man. My instinct said to fold, save, preserve, but then I just fucking I talked myself into it. I put the money in. He's ace jack offsuit. We're dead. Runs out, nothing. Oh, crippling pot. And then after that, I'm left with 5 big blinds. I fold into the big blind.
Okay.
Ah, yeah.
But let's wait for a no ace.
Give me a live. Ace to spin it up, chance. I have a club, ace. Dead. Good game. Hey, GG's. Button shoves, I have ace-5 offsuit, I have like 4 bigs behind. That's it, GG. I am disappointed. I'm walking around aimlessly here at Paris, just trying to let the tilt off before I go to bed. Fuck! Guys, I thought this was a tournament, man. All right, you guys, I'm in a better mood now. I had a shower. I was cooking, man. I was doing so good. That's the biggest stack I've ever had in a WSOP tournament. Fuck. Okay, I wasn't even aware of how much money I made. I got 414 for 47.25 plus 3,200. That's amazing. I'm gonna take that, and there's a 2,200 mystery bounty tomorrow at the win. Sub for that vlog, guys. Maybe I can bang that one off.